Welcome back to Raccoon Tweeties. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We, as always, join the Patreon, join the Discord, join the Reddit. The Reddit has been fire lately. Savage. Post after post. Getting ever closer to 700 and another meme. But on the Patreon this week, we watched, what did we watch?
I forget. What did we do on the Patreon? We did, Akash sings 420 fucking stand-up set.
And I won't say what I thought about it, but I'll tell you this, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about weed.
Yeah.
It's called the 420 special. I'm not sure if he mentions weed even once.
It's not called the special.
Oh, it's not?
It's 420 set.
420 set.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't smoke weed at all or talk about weed or any of that.
Oh, are you surprised he's grifting, Doug? I'm going
That's
to kill
a good
myself.
point, dude. No, that was right. No, you raised a good point. But anyways, bearing the lead, how are you doing?
Oh, dude, I'm doing great. I've got some updates. You know, I don't know if you've noticed. What's something I haven't talked about in a long time?
Your name. That was a joke.
No, I've talked about that every week, I think. I think I've literally mentioned my name every fucking week.
What haven't you talked about? The smallness of appliances in your home.
I mean, come on, dude. No, not that, but stop bringing up. Like, I'm hoping you just guess right.
Your hair?
No. I do talk about the same stuff all the time though, huh?
It's crazy that I'm just guessing stuff that you've talked about. But I feel like you haven't really the hair looks good.
Oh, thanks. I wasn't fishing for a compliment, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's not, I almost called you broccoli head just to fuck with you, but it's not broccoli head.
I haven't talked about the fucking coffee shop in a long time.
Is that true?
Yeah. Well, when's the last time I talked about the coffee shop?
I don't know.
You didn't even remember it right now when I was mentioning
good
my
argument
greatest
style.
hits.
Like, okay, you won me over.
Mm-hmm.
Your honor, I rest the case.
And dude, I'll tell you what, things are getting I'm getting mad at the coffee shop again, dude. And I thought things were cool. I thought that things were cool for a little while.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then the ice stopped coming in. Like when I finish my fucking Americano, dude, there should be a little bit of ice, right?
Yes.
So, and I'm not here to talk about the ice. All right. That's what I'm just saying. Like these are signs that something's changed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everyone does that when they go to their coffee shop every day.
Okay.
They fucking take note of these red flags and they try to either search for another coffee shop. Lost Parrot, shout out to you. I'm looking at you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Wow. Name dropping.
Starbucks, maybe, not really.
Right.
Nah, I'm okay. What's it called? But I'm starting to think maybe I should stop going to this coffee shop because the ice is starting to, they're not on their P's and Q's. I thought they all got the memo.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they started tuning in. Maybe they started going back too far. You know what I mean? When I was being more mean to them about it and stuff like that.
Okay.
But they just stopped caring, honestly. Like they went from being like a 5-star recruit in the draft to being like a 2-star fucking 3rd division type motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Joke's on you because I love talking about ice. I want to go. I'm willing to go back to completely just breaking down. When you said ice, I thought again, and I don't know if we've talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
What is worse? Not enough ice or too much ice?
Well, I feel like both are suck ass. Like you do this. How often do you do this? All day long, right? 8 hours at least.
Still fuck it up, yeah.
You should know how much fucking ice to put.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the coffee today was atrocious, dude. Like I got literally like 3 or 4 fucking little shaved ice. You know what I mean?
Not enough ice.
And then like I'm drinking this over like at least an hour and a half to 2 hours because I like to sip on my shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you feel me? Okay, I'm sorry. Scoop in the bag.
Yeah. I know what you mean, dog.
I like to sip on my stuff, right? So I don't know how to do what I say.
I like to stiff on my stuff.
Sip on my stuff.
Listen here, Jack. I like to drink a coffee there, sir.
And it's hot. It's fucking post 4th of July right now, dude.
You should have more ice, probably.
Post COVID, post 4th of July.
Yeah.
I should be able to sip on this shit and it should be cold. Give me that amount of ice. And when I get to the end of it where there's no more black, pause.
Yeah.
I should be able to see a little bit of ice at the end. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Then I get the option of fucking entertaining my teeth with some ice and chewing on it.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't chew ice, dude. You fuck up your teeth. That's what dentists, you always see those articles like, what's the thing dentists want to tell people? It's always don't chew ice.
But why?
Because it hurts your teeth.
Oh, come on, man.
You got to stop that.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, no,
come on,
that's got to go. Get that out. Stack that over a week.
Your
teeth are toast.
Damn.
But I agree with you.
And I live 3 days in one day.
Why is that? Because you're the 21 days.
Yeah, sorry, it was not worth it.
No, of course. We're always living by that. That guy, I forget his name, but he was a visionary and we live by what he says. But I agreed with everything you said up until that point. because we drink Americanos. We need that ice,
Yeah.
right? It gets with small amount of ice. It doesn't even really matter if it's hot outside. A small amount of ice. When you're talking Gerard Alarcon, Brendan Cooney, Chris D'Elia, ever heard of him? All Americano drinkers. That's where the similarities end. But if you're talking those three dudes, okay, they've not enough ice. Say it with me, bitter.
Oh,
All right,
no, 100%. It is
too bitter,
Yeah.
right? That's the problem.
You know what the crazy thing is? That the ice is driving me so nuts. That's not even my problem today. But
Okay,
it's
what
just
is
that
it?
the ice is
School me.
And I wish you had some sort of. I wish you could forecast what I was gonna do because you just got stuck on the ice. I was trying to set up like.
All right, sorry, go
the
back.
ice is a symptom of a bigger problem here.
Right. Let's
Check
talk
out
about
what
the
they
new
did
thing.
to your boy, dude.
What they do?
So I go in there yesterday. I don't know how to tell this story. I'll go in yesterday with a Band-Aid on my face. Okay, what, dude?
I like the beginning.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
where we're starting then.
This is good. I'm sorry that we wasted time on the fucking ice. No, I'm just kidding, but it's a good beginning.
Yeah,
Let's
no
go.
ice, dude. What's it called? I had a Band-Aid this big, like a real Band-Aid. Bah, right there, right? And because your boy had a fucking meltdown in the morning because I got a pimple on my face.
Oh yeah.
And dude, I was like half awake, just squeezing it.
Oh yeah.
It projectile fucking squeezed out, dude.
Oh man.
And it left a fucking crater on my face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it.
Yeah, sorry.
Everyone-
I do see it.
Yeah, everyone sees it. It's purple, dude. It's fucking the color purple right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I go to the coffee shop with the Band-Aid on my face like that, right?
Uh-huh.
And then they got the nerve to laugh at me, dude.
Whoa,
They're
really?
like, what the fuck, right?
Damn.
They're like, you never heard of a pimple patch? Can you believe this shit?
They told you to put on a pimple patch?
They said, have you ever heard of a pimple patch?
Damn, they didn't even think you knew what it was
Mhm.
because you had a Band-Aid.
Have you ever heard of a pimple patch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a name for it.
Right.
I've seen people with pimple patches on, but also I've seen people with just stars in their face and shit. And I'm like, this is some weird fucking 21st century.
That's probably a patch too, right?
Yeah.
The stars things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so I had seen that, but I didn't realize that's a pimple patch, right? This is what that
Right.
is.
Yeah.
And so my response to them asking me, I was offended. You know what I mean? They asked me if I had a pimple patch. Obviously, if I had one, I would have it on, right? That's that's where I'm offended.
Dude, yeah.
I said, I don't even know where I got this. I never bought Band-Aids before. I just have a supply of Band-Aids in my restroom.
Right.
If-
You just forgot where you got it, yeah.
Yeah, here at the team, they got the first aid kit, whatever.
Look, I'm unprepared for life. You think I got pimple patches? Thank God I got fucking Band-Aids, dude.
Mhm.
Give me my coffee.
But the energy I came with was, I'm lucky I have this.
Yeah, exactly.
They stopped laughing. And then
Oh.
they just kept making coffee. And I was like, what did I do wrong? That was me being real. You know what I mean?
Were you trying to make them laugh?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, it got serious, dude. This guy's fucking, his life's in shambles.
And then, okay, so that was yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today, and then I hit up my homies and I'm like, yo, pimple patch? What the fuck is this all about, right?
Right.
Some new technology. And then they're telling me about the pimple patch. It squeezes out the shit. Do you know what they do?
I don't know, like pimple, like I'm basically you because I really am not familiar with pimple patches, but my girlfriend gives me these clear things.
Mm-hmm.
They're totally clear. You put them on your head and it like supposedly gets rid of the pimple. Also, it kind of hides them.
Yeah.
They're kind of awesome.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put a star on my head.
Right.
Because that is like, you want people to know.
Mhm.
There's no hiding. It's like, I got a pimple under
Yeah.
the star on my head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
I don't
keep
want that
the-
either. I'm not trying to get, I'm
You
not,
gotta get the clear kind. The bit is probably expensive. That's why I don't get them.
no, let me finish the story
Yeah.
here. You're already trying to sell the fucking product, dude. I'm trying to get some
Dude,
marketing.
promo code Alarcon pimple patch. It's clear. It takes your pimples off. You drink a Magic Mind. You sleep on it. You're like Matrix. You're good.
So I go in today now, right? So that was the extent of yesterday. I got my coffee, stomped out of there as loud as I could, right?
Yeah.
And then the fucking ice was atrocious yesterday too, right? I think they need to adjust to the summertime weather. Like,
Yeah, dude.
they should know, they should have some sort of, but I feel like for real, somebody who's been listening to the podcast or something, and
Right.
they've been, well, I don't want to
I
say
hope so.
jipping, whatever, me on the ice, right?
Right. Don't use that word.
I said it, but I don't know what else they've been shortening me on my ice.
Shorting makes sense.
So like today I go in and I got no Band-Aid now. By the way, I lasted it maybe like an hour after they just got me in my head insecure that I got a Band-Aid on a fucking huge Band-Aid on my face all day.
Right.
And I was like, I can't do that. I look like a fucking idiot, dude. I ripped the
They
Band-Aid
laughed
off.
in your face. Yeah.
Yeah. And it hurt. Like because it was actually doing a good job of like scabbing up my fucking huge ass crater pimple.
Sure.
Anyways, I go in today, pro bono, no fucking Band-Aid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else is helping me. The chick from yesterday that was talking shit comes out of nowhere and she goes, "Let me see it." Not even a hello, not even a what's up, Hernado, anything.
Damn.
Let me see it. And she looks at it and she goes, "Oh yeah, you got to get a pimple patch, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get some, dude." But like, you know, I don't need to be reminded of my fucking, you know, deformities at all times. You know, I just want my coffee. They gave me a free coffee. I'm talking a lot of shit, but they did give me a free drink today.
They care about you.
I just lost all my anger right when I remember.
Yeah. You got a free coffee and they care about enough to remember that you had a pimple in the first place.
You're right. You're making me help. Yeah.
You're rejecting love again. That's what's going on.
You're right.
You're rejecting love.
No, but I was no, dude. I was
I'm gonna start crying.
I was connecting with her. I was like, what kind of pimple patch should I get then, you fucking bitch? I didn't say the last part, right?
Yeah. Tell me what I need. Stop fucking with me.
And she told me, and I was like, I'm gonna get it right now. Yeah. Sat down, didn't trust her, asked somebody else. I was like, is this a good pimple patch?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Multiple opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I coonied out for a little bit there.
Right? Move. 818.
I hiccuped. So I bought. They're coming in the mail tomorrow. Hopefully.
I think it's good. That's a step in the right direction. I should get pimple patches, but I just steal them from my girlfriend. But it's it's good. A good idea.
God works in mysterious ways because 3 different people have told me that I need a skincare routine, which is a way of saying that you're losing it, right?
No.
Yeah, it is, dude. It's different sources telling you like, what's your skincare routine? Oh, now you give a fuck, right?
I don't know. Don't you remember early on in the podcast when people would say that about me? Because I also have pimples all over the place, and people. I would complain on the show and they'd be like, well, what do you do for your skincare routine? And I would say nothing.
Yeah.
And they would go, well, get a skincare routine. Mm-hmm. They're like, you got to wash your face. So I do that I wash with some kind of wash.
But the shame is what gets me, dude. Right? I'm getting pimple shamed. I'm getting face routine shamed, dude. I bought a moisturizer and somebody looks at it and starts laughing.
Where was that?
I bought it at Target. Because I remember the... No, it's not important to the story.
Target staff. You're just in Target and there are some people in red shirts. The ladies that were doing the BBL dance, they're filming their BBL dance. They stop. They go, look at it. Or they wouldn't laugh like they laugh like women, but look at him. And then they go back to their BBL dance.
I was told I need a facial moisturizer, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I got a facial moisturizer.
Right.
Somebody looks at it.
Not a good one.
It's sunscreen. But it says facial moisturizer.
Well, that can be both. You can do both.
Yeah, but it also dries my face out. So like I'm working anti-face routine right now, dude. Nah,
that person's full of it. You can have a moisturizer that's for your face that also has sunscreen on it. There's a bunch of them. Like Burt's Bees has one. Fucking, all the big brands have that.
Coming from a white guy though, you see.
I need to moisturize. Of all people, white people need to moisturize a lot.
But with sunscreen, because you need sunscreen at all times.
That's true. That's why I do it. Mm-hmm. Why did you get one with sunscreen?
Because dude, way back when, remember?
I didn't think of that. Yeah.
The Yuka app, beep, 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 where I would like scan things.
Yeah.
And like the rain scored like a 9 out of 100.
Oh, of course. Yeah. One of the most healthy things there is.
Yeah. So I was scanning the thing and I was like, oh, 93 for this facial moisturizer. Didn't look at the SPF or anything. I was like, let's just get this thing.
Yeah. You don't need that. Mm-hmm. I forgot. That's why I need it. But yeah, you should. Yeah. That's why it is kind of funny for you to buy that. Well, yeah, you don't need it. Really. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I'm no skin expert.
I've bought exfoliating shits recently. A lotion, 2 different kinds of lotion.
Yeah.
This facial moisturizer. Pause. Yeah. And I'm just shit creek, dude.
It sounds like you're trying to improve yourself, and that's good.
But it looks like I'm on the verge of homelessness while I fix my face.
Why? Why is that?
I don't know. Because I'm so dry. I just picture a homeless guy is dry.
You're so dry. You know, I think you're on the right path there. I think it's good. You know, briefly, there was an issue there at the coffee shop, but I think you honestly, by talking it out, you now realize there's no issue.
Yeah.
Really.
They just give me a huge drink today for free.
There you go.
Yeah.
You should be like, hey, let me get more ice. You got to be more assertive with the ice, as usual, with the ice thing.
But I also like to not say anything and complain later.
Yeah, I mean, that's also a great move.
Aren't you embarrassed? Like, I like that
they
moment
should know.
where I'm like, aren't you embarrassed?
You leave the shop, you've said nothing to them, and you're like, these fucking assholes. They don't get it. I tell them all the time, like, when's the last time you told them? I mean, I never really told them anything, but they should know.
Well, that's the thing too, is that I'm like super nice and I'm like,
Right.
and then I leave and I look and I go, who the fuck do they think I am?
That is funny to be like nice in the shop and like, ha ha ha, you're doing that. And then as soon as you leave the shop, you turn and chuck it at the door. And they're like, why does someone keep throwing coffee at our door? I fucking wrist. My wrist hurt a little bit when I did that, but I think it's pretty much healed. But I think I should go to the doctor for 2 reasons. One, good for the show. I can tell a story about what I do there.
Ask about your teeth.
Yeah, I could ask a real doctor about my teeth because they're not a dentist, but it might as well. And then the second thing is I did break both my wrists at one time, so it's probably for the best just to make sure there's not some sort of weird nerve damage. And I'll start doing the show like this.
Yeah.
Not be able to move my hand. But dude, okay. This crazy shit happened. All right, so another one of my long and terrible stories. Strap the fuck in because there's a preamble to the bad story.
I just complained about ice and then realized I was the guy complaining too much at the end. So
No.
Okay, it was good.
It was. I will never not enjoy talking about ice.
Don't read the comments.
I know there was one time when they talked about just ice and coffee for like 20 minutes, and I was like, yeah, we did, we did, and you loved it, bitch. So anyways,
aren't you embarrassed for commenting that?
Because they should be.
Yeah.
Here's the long preamble. All right. So where I live, right? Mid-city. Okay, doxing myself. It's too loud. There's constant noises that are weird. Like the other day, there was this weird, it sounded like some kind of fire alarm where I go, and I blame the building next to us because I don't like the people that live there. They're weird. They do all kind of weird shit. They have fights. It's a weird spot. Okay.
Music with accordions.
Get out of here.
I'm just joking.
They're a strange building and I blame them. Okay. And I take responsibility for that. It was not them. But so I've stopped blaming everything on that building. But it ended up being, it was like this weird abandoned maybe building or whatever. And because we have a Ring app, it comes with the apartment. So my girlfriend went on the Ring app and saw that someone had posted, oh yeah, I live near it. It's this building. It goes off sometimes. It went off for 8 hours or something like that. Like something crazy, like 8 to 12 hours. So my girl calls the fire department while it's going on and reports it and whatever. And I come home not knowing, and I hear it, and she's like, "You please call, do something." So I call the non-emergency line because I think that's what you're supposed to do, right? It's not an emergency. You call that. And she's like, "No, you gotta call the fire department." Like giving me all this shit for the non-emergency line, right? I'm thinking in my head, I call the fire department when there's a fire, right? I know that sounds like Callan. When there's a fire, all right. So that's what I'm thinking.
I'm not a cat stuck in a tree. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I do that, and I call, and I do call the non-emergency line at first, and I'm on hold for so long that she starts badgering me. She's like, "You gotta just call the police and say transfer the fire department." Like, you want me to call 2 numbers where I shouldn't call? It's not an emergency for 911, and it sure as shit isn't a fire department. But anyways, I listen to what she said because I'm a cuck. I call, and the fire department's like, "Is there a fire?" And I'm like, "I don't know, dude. I'm not sure. It's a loud noise." And they're like, "Do you know where it is? Can you point us?" And I was like, "No, I don't know that either." And they're like, "Well, what do you want us to do?" And I was like, "Well, it could be a fire, I guess. I mean, it's a loud noise to you guys. Can you come out?" And he's like, "If there's not a fire and you don't know where it is, then I can't do anything." And they like basically hang up on me, right? But so that's the preamble to this long story. I have now an issue with the Los Angeles Fire Department. They don't like me. I don't know how I feel about them. They don't want me calling them. They're not going to just come out for a 12-hour long noise. And I'm not allowed to call the non-emergency line because my girlfriend will break up with me if I do that. So I'm in a pickle, right? So fast forward, we're dealing with the crazy noises that always happen in our neighborhood. Last night, there's a new noise. It sounds different, but all of these noises kind of sound the same. So when they happen, we assume they're the same thing. I've said I've no longer blamed the building next to us. So I'm going to blame that other phantom building.
Joey.
Yeah, or whoever Joey was. Exactly. So like this noise is going off. It's like, and then it stops. You know, it's like one of those kind of noises.
Intervals.
Yeah. And so what happens is my girlfriend's like, she's like, go check it out. Can you call or whatever? And blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, I'll call the non-emergency line because I forgot. And she's like, no, call the police and then have them transfer you to the fire department. And I go, all right, I guess I'll do that. And so I call the fire department or I call the police. I transfer to the fire department. And the fire department goes, hello? They already don't want to talk to me. I can hear it in the thing. They're not interested in what I have to say. And I go, hey, there's a bunch of fireworks that happened because there were a bunch of fireworks. It was like the day after July 4th or whatever. The day after? I don't know. Anyways. And I was like, and then this sound is going off. So I'm not sure. Maybe it could be a fire. And the fire department guy's like, all right, where's the fire? And I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, do you see any smoke or anything? And I go, I'm in my balcony and I can't see anything. So I go, no, not really. But it could be a fire. And he's like, all right, what's your address? And I tell him my address. And he's like, all right, but you got to be outside and tell him where the sound is. You have to literally go outside. And I was like, fuck. Now I got to fucking put my clothes on and go outside and wait for this shit. So he's like, yeah, you got to go out. And I don't say anything to him, but I go, all right, fine. So I hang up the phone. Now I'm kind of mad. And I turn to my girlfriend and I'm like, I got to go out the fucking side. I got to go outside and wait for this fucking fire department truck. And she's like, I'm sorry. Are you mad at me? And I'm like, no, I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad that like I didn't call the non-emergency line and they would deal with it. Now I'm like my job, I'm like kind of the manager. I'm now the manager of where I live.
Yeah.
I am the manager of this city, this street. I am the manager of my street. When things happen, like at my job, when the printer goes down or they need some new like fucking supplies, they come to me. Now I'm that for my street now. So I'm like dealing with the fire department. Like I'm their liaison of some kind. So I'm like, all right, fine. So I go outside and I realized that what I should have done was just go outside to begin with and look to see where the stuff is coming from, right? That's if you ever find yourself in this situation, don't just call the police. Go outside and look to see where. Because what I found is I'm following the noise now. I walk outside, I realize the noise is not what I think it is. It's like I can hear the noise. It's coming from something, right? So it's not the building that I hate. And I'm walking and I hear the noise again. I forgot. At first the noise wasn't going on. So I sent my girlfriend an angry text. It stopped as soon as I got outside. And then like a second later it started again. So I felt bad. But anyways, I'm walking, right? It's a fucking old Jewish man on a scooter that has this weird buzzy noise that just goes off crazy. Now, I guess maybe it's because like if he ever gets lost, he does that. I don't know. But I go up and it's like every once in a while, it's like, meh, meh. So, and he's on the phone with somebody and he's going, blah, 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 like he's so old. He doesn't speak any English. Maybe it's Hebrew. Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound like even Hebrew, right? Mm-hmm. It sounds like gibberish.
La regadera no funciona.
Yeah. La regadera no funciona. He was no funciona.
Yeah.
So I go up to him and I'm like, do you need help, sir? Trying to figure out what to do. And he doesn't, he's like, blah, 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 like kind of drooling and stuff. I feel bad. Mm-hmm. And I cannot communicate with him. And then I realize he's on the phone with somebody, like a family member maybe or something like that. And the person on the phone starts talking to me like they know automatically I'm the manager of this city block now. And he's like, brother, get the battery off for him and like help him take off the battery or whatever. And I go, what? A battery? And he's like, yeah, the thing on the bottom. Take it off, help him take it off and put it back on.
Cut the red wire.
So exactly. So I'm like, got my flashlight out. Now I'm trying to fix this old Jewish man's bike. I really have become like that. I should get paid from the city. So I can't figure it out. And I'm like, I don't know. And he's trying to tell me how to do it. And I take it off and I jam it back. And he's like, shove it back in. So I shove, like the guy on the phone says that. So I shove it back in. And as I'm doing this, the fire truck is coming, right? It's coming up. And I'm like, all right, here's the reckoning, right? I've said there's a fire and there's not a fire. And they come up, they pull up across next to me. And the firefighters start getting out of the truck and I'm like, guys, false alarm. There's no fire. There's this guy, his scooter is making noise and they're mad. Like I can tell, like the first guy is very mad and he's like, there's no fire. I'm like, yeah, I thought that the fireworks were going off. So I thought there might be a fire. And he's just like looking at me like, he's fucking pissed off. Like, and he's staring at me. He's so mad he doesn't have words. And I'm like, the thing. And then this older firefighter cuts out. And this guy literally, he looks even madder than the first guy. And he's like, no fire. And I'm like, yeah, there's just fireworks. And I thought that the thing. And he's like, I can see in their head that they're never going to come back. Like I could call the fire department and they're just going to block my number. Right. And they're pissed off. And then the third guy was actually like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. So I got 1 out of 3 maybe shows up. Maybe he can convince them to come the next time. And I'm like, I explain what's going on. So I think the firefighter is going to go help the old Jewish man. I've done my bit. I can't fix a scooter. Like if it has been the beginning, I would have just used ChatGPT and tried to figure it out. But I'm like, they're here. They're going to fix it. Right. So I'm like, sorry guys, have at it. I go inside. Later on, I look out the window. It didn't help the guy. The sound is off, but I see the old Jewish man pedaling instead of fucking going forward on the thing, like slowly pedaling down, but no noise. They might as well have been like trying to communicate, but like, listen, you got to get the fuck out of here. But if the noise happens, we're going to kill you kind of shit. Like he just pedaled off. So that was my long drawn out story. Any questions about it?
Well, why couldn't you help the Jewish guy?
I mean, I tried.
Yeah.
I did what the guy told me to do, but then the firefighters were there and I was like, well, I mean, I assume they're going to do it.
Yeah.
They know more than me. I mean, who knows more about fixing stuff? A firefighter or this fucking idiot right here? Yeah. I mean, you've seen me. I don't know how to do jack shit.
I don't understand calling the fire department though.
That's what I'm saying. Not my idea.
You should go to Amazon and buy some earplugs.
Oh, I don't agree with that at all.
What, really?
Well, I mean, if a noise is going off constantly,
true.
Yeah, non-emergency line is what I would do.
Right. Yeah. But I wouldn't even call. But here's the thing about me though. I could sleep. I need to sleep in like loud disturbances.
You like loud car alarm like noises?
Yeah. I used to sleep on Woodman on Van Nuys or Sherman Oaks.
Yeah.
And my window was next to Woodman, the street.
Yeah.
And it was just like constant ambulances and fire department. And for whatever reason, and then after that, I was doing a lot of drugs out there. I moved back in with my parents for a couple months.
Yeah.
And I could not sleep like good. Maybe the drugs were gone. But no, I was still doing drugs. But what's it called? I just couldn't sleep because it was so quiet at my parents' house.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You go to somebody, be like, hey, you see a neighbor, you're like, hey, if you turn your car alarm on by accident, don't worry about it. I'm good. I actually like that. So if you want to,
I did never say that I like it. You're twisting my words. Yeah. But no, I'm used to those sounds here. And there used to be like the tent's gone, dude.
Thank God. Yeah, it like fluctuates now.
Dude, the tent's gone and a bunch of Winnebagos got kicked out of here too.
Good. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That is good.
But I'm used to like the, older homeless people ciphering outside and like falling asleep to that, just accepting it and being like, all right, I guess we're just going to hear about how this guy gets money when he's living outside.
Rapping.
Yeah.
You fall asleep to like rapping followed by crack smoke. That's true. You do. I don't know what it's like sleeping here, but is there a lot of noise?
Yeah. Dude, like fireworks 12 months of the year.
Yeah.
Every single night there's at least one firework. And that's not hyperbole. That's literally and right now, obviously, it's the most amount of fireworks. Yeah. I was driving home from my parents' house on Saturday night, and I was driving up these streets, and there was 4 or 5 different crews of families just setting off fireworks in the middle of the street and like crazy fire. It was cool because I felt like I was in a war zone.
Yeah.
But one of them got me, dude. Like it got me like
scared you?
It scared me. Like I wasn't ready for it. And it was like right next to it was like a street over, but like it looked like it was going to hit my car. Like the size of the blast. But yeah, that's just how it is out here.
Do you like fireworks?
I did not look at any fireworks on 4th of July other than whatever blew up in front of me.
Yeah.
On the drive back. Me and my mom, like I told you, we binge watched White Lotus all night 4th of July.
Yeah. So my old neighborhood, like it was like that. Fireworks all the time, huge parties, but like mainly fire. It's to the point where we had this running bit where you know how like neighbors will come over and they'd be like, can I borrow some sugar? Mm-hmm. We used to do a bit where we'd say like a neighbor would come up and be like, hey, I'm out of fireworks. Do you have anything I can shoot off? I don't care. I'm not one of those people that's like going to regulate it and like calls, oh, there's fireworks going on, even though essentially did. Yeah. But I didn't call it on anybody shooting fireworks. But I can't say I do not like the noise. I think it's bad for the environment. It doesn't really do anything for me. I don't care if you shoot fireworks. It's like, oh wow, it's it's beautiful. Like
I think it's for kids for sure.
Yeah.
Like I just don't care. I don't have like an opinion, negative or positive towards fireworks. The sound can be very fucking deafening at times, which is annoying.
Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah.
But other than that, like I'm just so used to it now. Ever since coronavirus, it's like you're gonna hear fireworks in this area.
Yeah.
You know?
What about that like that Giants player he shot fireworks and he blew off his fingers? Remember that? Jason Pierre-Paul. Ever since that, I was kind of always a little scared of fireworks shooting him off, I would never do that. Do you ever shoot off fireworks?
No, I have no interest in lighting fireworks.
Is it because you just don't want to, or are you worried about you're going to blow off something?
No, I really just don't care. Like, it's cool when you see them.
Yeah.
And like a fireworks show is nice. Like the Santa Monica show I went to last year was pretty dope.
Okay.
Or 2 years ago. But that's it. Like, and I think New Year's more so than 4th of July for me.
It's such a huge thing out here. I just don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't drink also. I'm sure like if you get drunk, like the first thing you want to do is set off some fireworks, dude.
Maybe.
Me and the homies used to set off M80s when I was a kid.
Did you like it then?
I mean, yeah, I loved it, but I was not like lighting them. I was just like around. See,
I did that when I was a kid, but I pretended to like it. Like my friend Cutter, he'd like shoot off an M80 or whatever the fuck. And they always knew what it was. I'd be like, we got M80s. I still don't know what that is.
It's dynamite.
Yeah, like it's dynamite?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's this very small amount of dynamite.
That's crazy. But they'd be like, we got M80s. I'm like, oh, yeah, sick. But I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Let's go shoot them off. And I'm like, this sounds ridiculous, but I'm just happy to hang out with you guys. You're my friend. Like I don't, I could give a fuck. They'd be like, let's shoot off the thing. And and then sometimes you'd be things where like, oh, let me light it. I'm like, oh yeah, let me light it. Like, I don't want to light it. I would do anything not to have to light. I don't want to shoot this thing off and it blows off my fingers.
Yeah.
I had that fear before Jason Pierre-Paul. I was like, someday this is going to blow off someone's fingers. I think somebody probably told me that, or some like anti-school or like anti-fireworks school thing I heard. But in my mind, it just meant that you would like get hurt somehow. So I was like, bah.
Yeah, dude, I can't imagine blowing off my fingers. That'd be nuts.
Yeah, from fireworks. You would feel so stupid for the rest of your life. You'd be like, to get a cheap thrill, now I have 4 fingers. Hell no, dude. I fucking hate that shit.
Your wrist is okay now?
It's like still sore, but it's so much better than it was that I think I'm okay. But it looks weird still, doesn't it? Doesn't it look weird?
Yeah, no, it looks thick when you had it down.
And this one doesn't look thick at all. Pause. But this one is like, it looks like it's misshapen. I gotta go to the doctor, dude.
But the reason why I ask is because I fucking, like, do you ever talk shit on athletes that are injured? You're like, oh, really? Calf strain? Get the fuck out there, dude.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Right? Yeah.
So recently I was door dashing, I think the day before 4th of July, and I was coming down the steps of some nice Highland Park house. And the last step was like kind of like this, where it was like an illusion that it's a step, but it's also the next like sidewalk.
Yeah.
And I fucking rolled my ankle so nasty, dude.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then immediately I was like, cut the commercial break. Like I was acting like I'm an athlete,
Yeah.
I was like, log off of DoorDash, dude. We need to fucking figure this out. You know what I mean? Let's go to the advertisers. I logged out of DoorDash and I was just in my car going, like it hurt so fucking bad, right?
That's
and
the
then
worst.
About like 5 minutes later, I was like, oh, I don't feel anything now. It feels good. Like I guess like, I don't know, adrenaline or whatever. It's like the athlete going back in the game and they can play. But then, after that game, they're on the IL or whatever, the injured list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, for sure. I can DoorDash right now. I'll be fine. But tomorrow I'm going to be in a coma, kind of thing. And so I was DoorDash for the rest of the day. And still to this day, it's fucking kind of like very sore. Damn. But yeah, dude, I'm like, oh, I'll never talk shit about people rolling their ankles anymore.
Or their wrists.
Nah, wrist is a little more bitch, but just kidding. No, yeah, for sure. Like those, whatever they're called, tendons or whatever that get just like sprained. That shit hurts like a motherfucker. And then people are like to quell the swelling. Like my dad would be like, put ice on it to quell the swelling. I'm like, it's not even swollen. And then I went upstairs to take a shower and I looked down and I'm like, oh my God, my leg is huge.
Yeah, you got to ice it, get some ibuprofen. Did you feel at all bad that like for me, when that happened to you, where you're like, damn, I judged Cooney too harshly with his injuries?
Oh, no, dude.
No, nothing?
No. I'm the fire department right now and you're the boy crying wolf.
I should call him tonight.
You should call him every night.
There's a fire, dude. I just want to see you guys, man.
Call him and just be like, hey, I just wanted to say what's up.
Yeah. I don't know where the fire is, man.
No, there's no fire. Just like you guys are fire.
The fire is in my heart.
Yeah.
For you guys.
I want to apologize for the other night. And yeah, the whole thing was a setup. That guy's not even Jewish or whatever.
That guy, man, I feel bad for him because like, if your old ass like grandfather is like his scooter battery dies, why don't you just come get him?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Why are you just letting him run around and like he's turning on some weird noise? What if people got pissed off at him and fucked him up?
But how many times will your grandkids be like, oh, I'm going to go get grandpa? How many times, dude? This is probably like the 80th time.
That's true. But Lou, what if I just went out there and just was like, oh, you're making that noise? I'm going to fuck you up. And I just beat him up and like break his scooter.
Okay.
I would never do that.
You have violence in your DNA.
I do have violence in my DNA. And a thought crossed my mind. No, I'm just but like I could have easily. But that could happen to your grandfather. Why are you like asking a stranger to fix your grandfather's like scooter he's never seen in his life?
Did you hear what I said?
What?
Like, how many times does he do this? And then it's like, we're going to go save grandpa just for him to go fucking make us waste more gas, dude. You know?
Lock him up.
We bring him back. We fix his goddamn thing. He takes a shot of vodka and he's out of here again, dude.
Yeah, he might be an alkie too. Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah. But at the same, it's like it's your burden, dude. It's not my burden.
No, dude, fuck that. I'm not my brother's keeper, whatever that means. If grandpa wants to get drunk and ride a scooter around, figure it out, grandpa. Yeah.
That'd be funny if I went out there and like, instead of asking him, like, do you need help? I was like, are you drunk? Mm-hmm. Like, are you drunk right now? He's like, yeah. You've been drinking a lot, even though you can't speak English.
Well, all the signs are there. Why does he have this horn?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like,
because he does this all the time and they need to find him. This is, dude, you got to read through the lines, Cooney.
Dude, that makes me think about him doing it because like he was looking at me like all confused and shit. And he would like go to the top of where the handles are and he would twist the thing and then it would go, meh. I'm like, no, don't do that anymore, dude.
Yeah.
And then it was almost like when you're like talking to a dog and you're like, don't bark. And so I'd be like, don't do that. And he'd be like, like a cat. Like it was almost like maybe he is like that.
Yeah, he's doing this to fuck with it. And dude, if I'm a grandparent or grandson, I'm moving to Pasadena, dude. I'm getting out of mid city. I'm not gonna live around this guy. Yeah. He's out here honking his scooter around. It's pissing people off. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's not setting me up for success. I got to work in the morning, dude.
Right. So devil's assistant. You might be on some devil's assistant here. What if
both my grandparents are dead, so. I could say
I didn't mean to laugh at that like that. Just like, what if I fucked him up? Is that okay?
No.
That's where you draw the line.
No, this is completely different than what I'm saying. It's not okay if you fuck up an old person.
So even though he's making that noise?
No, let them fuck themselves up is what I'm saying. Go out there, have your fun with your scooter, honk away. I'm not coming. There's no minivan behind you. You know what I mean?
It's annoying though.
Right. But that's your fault. That's not my fault.
I'm guarantee you'd be annoyed by this.
Oh no, for sure I'll be annoyed, but that's on me. Like I'm being annoyed now, and then Gerardo will have to solve it however Gerardo solves it if I'm in this scenario. Right. Yeah.
What would allow me to fuck him up? Let's say I go outside and instead of like he's drunk or he doesn't understand me, he's doing the thing and he flicks me off. Can I fuck him up then?
No, you can't. No, because then it's not going to hold up in court. Now you're going to have some sort of anger management classes to go to.
Okay.
You know?
I'm not talking about court though. I'm just saying like nobody knows I get away with it.
Oh, I mean, there's cameras everywhere, dude. This is a terrible hypothetical. We're like two bad hypotheticals talking to each other right now.
All right. The cameras are out. When can I fuck him? Like what?
Oh, Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah, the camera. Yeah. That's another thing we could talk about is Epstein. But all right, we'll get to Epstein next. When can I fuck him up? So if no cameras, I'm not going to jail. Mm-hmm. He flicks me off.
You can, so this is what you could do. You're a fucking bitch. Like this, right? Literally like that. You're a stupid fucking bitch, right?
Yeah.
And just like calm, cool, collected. I fucked your mom. You know, stuff like this, right?
I'm saying this to him or he's saying to me?
He throws the first punch, then you go fucking hog wild. And you're just like, my life was in danger. I have PTSD. My dad beat me. Stuff like this.
Couldn't I just make up though? I could be like,
no, because cameras are everywhere.
No one would believe me. But let's say cameras aren't anywhere. Is there any reason why like I can go up there and beat him up even because he's an old man?
We're about to go on a heist and I'm the one bringing up the cameras. And you're like, let's just act like cameras aren't there. I'm like, no, we have to prepare for the heist with them keeping in mind that the cameras are there, dude.
All right. So you won't let me beat up an old man. That's fine. I understand. That's probably for the best. But camera's not working. What do you think about the Epstein thing? The cameras didn't work.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's all bullshit. I mean, this is a hard segue, but yeah, like, what do you think about the Epstein thing?
I think that from my experience of being a comedian, cameras not working is the most believable thing possible. Now, it's crazy that they didn't work that day, but if you had like cameras not working in a prison, I feel like that's pretty standard. Nobody cares about prisons. I think one of the prison guards was a temp. Prison guards don't give a fuck about their job. I'm not saying that it wasn't like a murder or whatever, because it is crazy that Jeffrey Epstein, of all people, killed himself. But like those jobs, people don't give a fuck about them. It's not, people act like there's some sort of James Bond setup where they're like, they got the best technology in the world. They're making sure Jeffrey Epstein is at like, whatever. They don't give a fuck. And also, if he killed himself, why wouldn't Ghislaine Maxwell kill herself? Why wouldn't someone kill her? She knows all the stuff he knows.
Can I cook for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
So on that point, they don't give a fuck about their job, right?
True.
Tell me who gives a fuck about a bill? Nobody gives a fuck about laws. You know what I mean? True. When they're passing them and stuff, they don't want to. They just want to do cocaine and fuck hookers when they're in politics, right? Let me finish. I'm cooking right now, dude. Right? So get this. Diddy gets off, right? And they know Epstein's getting off. They're not going to bring out the client list. They passed their big, beautiful bill, right? That's which one's the least important to a political person that wants to do cocaine and fuck hookers, right? The bill being passed is the least important one, right? Out of these three, Diddy's getting off, Epstein's getting off, no client list. Oh, big, beautiful bill passed. It's Independence Day, right? All these things. They have a huge celebration at the White House 2 days before fucking that we find out that there's no Epstein footage and there's no client list. Epstein's chill, actually a really chill guy, by the way. Like he was great to my grandkids and like he gave me a lot of money, whatever, but everything's all good. You know what I mean? FBI, DOJ, everyone's all on board with it. And we were partying the other day because of a bill passing. I doubt it, dude, right?
I see.
Trump's on the fucking roof making out with Melania, talking about how like, yeah, dude, they're not going to let any of the client lists get out, stuff like this, right? Diddy, my guy, my black brother, and big guy, huge. He's so big. He's not going to jail. We're good.
Right.
He's celebrating all these other things. And then they're just all happening at the same time. It's satanic rituals. Let me go. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Well,
and guess what? I didn't graduate college, dude. I'm not fucking entitled to say anything, but everyone working in coots together, there's too many people on this list that got either fucked in the ass or fucking, KIDSs. You know what I mean? And all that shit is not good in the public perception. It's also a lot like Kendrick versus Drake, you see? Because nobody was on Drake's side, dude. That's like fake, right? Everyone knows Kendrick's a better rapper, right? Nobody's on the FBI DOJ side. We're all on the side of like Alex Jones conspiracy theorists. Maybe not even Alex Jones. I bet you Alex Jones is like, oh, there's not a client list. Trust me, whatever.
No, he thinks there's a client list.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
But, like he's in the camp of Trump. You know what I mean? They're all in the same camp together.
That's true. He isn't. I wonder. Maybe he does think there's not a list. I don't know.
Like some basketball players said that Drake won the beef. It's not true. You know what I mean? Crazy. But I trust their instincts on like other songs that I should listen to. But this thing, you're fucking wrong about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I have right there.
Well, I think that a lot of people will agree with you and think I'm crazy because like a lot of people, Luke Thomas included, think that he didn't kill himself. It's a very standard thing. I don't really have an opinion on it. And I know that I sound ridiculous when I'm like saying that he did, right? Because like the conspiracy in this case, everyone believes it. But I'm so like, it takes so much for me to believe a conspiracy. I think that it very easily could be that he killed himself because, like, think about it. Wouldn't you in that situation?
I'm not Jeffrey Epstein.
I would do it.
Right. No, but I don't think he would. You see?
Right.
He got acquitted even after death. Like today, he was basically like they're done investigating everything, dude. Nothing came out. There is no like revolution being televised. You know what I mean? Nothing's allowed to come out. He's gonna be fine if he's alive. It's
like he could be alive too. Yeah.
what? No, I didn't say that.
You said he's going to be fine if he's alive.
He's gonna be fine if he lived.
Oh, you thought he would get off?
Yeah, he would have got off if he lived.
Oh.
These people don't go to jail. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any way.
Diddy got acquitted, right?
Of some of the charges. But yeah, it seems crazy that
he's time served.
Oh, really? He's not going to go to jail at all?
There's a possibility he doesn't go to jail, but still time served for the years or year and a half he was in. And it's not the crazy trafficking charges.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jeffrey Epstein didn't get off before, but he didn't go to jail. You know what I mean? He did get charged with some sort of underage charge or whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't stop him from continuing. And it also didn't put him in jail. He was able to leave the jail. Also, that he was moving around that night after 10:30 when everyone was on lockdown. Like, I don't know. I didn't graduate college. I also am not, I only know one language. You know what I mean? I'm the dumbest fucking person of all time. But this is something that I had seen earlier today said something like that.
Well, the second time he was in jail. They didn't let him leave.
Second. No, this time that he died.
Yeah, he
was in jail for like a week.
Yeah, but he was not allowed to leave.
Right.
Yeah. The first time they just let him off.
Yeah, no, they didn't just let him off. He was in some sort of facility, whatever jail-like thing, but he was allowed to leave for 12 hours a day to work. And then he had to come back and sleep.
And then he got completely off though, right? The first time?
He did his time, you know.
How long was that? Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think like facing down what he had, there's no way they were going to let him off. They haven't let Ghislaine Maxwell off.
Dude,
he did way more than she
today
did.
They let him off. That's what I'm saying. Like there's no client list. That's the government saying there's no client list. If he was alive, he'd be chilling.
No, but it doesn't matter for him whether there's a client list or not. They say he fucked kids.
Yeah. Yeah, they blamed everything on him.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying that the system works out for the people in the system.
Like he's hiding it for other people.
Like he's dead now.
Yeah, or like
he's the scapegoat.
Or they're hiding it. Like blaming it all on him, but there's other people involved. Is what you're saying.
Right. Now he's the scapegoat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's dead.
Yeah.
In the situation where he's alive, he's going to get off. There is no viral moment of he didn't kill himself. This thing that went around, people on national TV saying Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself randomly, you know, just like the fucker in the pussy guy, right? Ending up on the news all the time, being like, fuck her right in the pussy.
Oh, yeah. What's that from again?
It's some guy that was just on news broadcast saying, fuck her right in the pussy. But like that viral thing, you can't forecast that or anything. They thought they can get away with saying that he killed himself. And by the way, our cameras weren't working and he was on suicide watch. That's insane.
I mean, I believe it. That's possible.
Oh my God. I don't believe it. And I'm fine with like being wrong. These people are incomprehensible in like their status of life compared to me. I am supposed to have the thought of whether I believe it or not. And I love the thought of believing that he did not kill himself.
It is fun. It's more fun if he didn't. Like there's some sort of James Bond type thing. And like they hired and they paid off the guards to like, oh yeah, we fell asleep and like they're rich or something now. Like there's a lot of moving parts. And then they had somebody turn off the camera. And then people went in and hung him. So like, and then they had the guy who does the autopsy fake that there was no like defensive wounds. There's a lot that goes into it. I'm not saying it's not possible.
I'm not, but listen, me believing in it.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to everything else. You know what I mean? I don't think he would have killed himself in that scenario.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. But if it were me and if I could put myself in his shoes, I mean, he's caught. They have tons of evidence and he's going to go to jail for the rest of his life for being a pedophile and everyone hates him. Mm-hmm. It makes sense that you'd want to kill yourself in that situation, I think.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but I just don't think he killed himself. I don't know anything else about how it would get done. I don't have like red lines on a fucking chalkboard connecting how these things happen. Mm. But in my mind, it's like, no, he has to die. if I'm Hillary Clinton fingering like hairless vaginas, you know what I mean? Then I want this guy dead. That was my get off in between owning the world. You know, these are things that we can never understand. Like these people having the amount of power they have, and the thirst for that power in order to put them in that position, like they need to go further all the time. And what's further other than the worst dredges of society? You know, these fucking crazy nights out, getting lubed up by P. Diddy, like all this stuff, right? Like that's not enticing to me because I'm worried about paying rent next month. But to them, it's like, dude, yeah, I'll let P. Diddy fucking blow me. He likes that. He likes blowing guys. That's P. Diddy's down with getting fucked in the ass. I'll do that.
Do you think...
I just said that on camera. God damn it.
I always find that very interesting, the idea of like, you get to a place where you have so much power and money and all that stuff that everything bores you, right? Is that kind of what you're saying? Where it's like you have this weird, sick desire for these crazy things because you're in a totally different place.
Well, it's not about boring.
Or like whatever.
It's not about feeling like I need to excite myself. They literally need power. That's why they are in the most powerful positions.
I see.
And where else am I going to get a source of power? And it's like treating kids the way that they want to treat them.
So it's like if you want that kind of power and you're that personality type, you look for like whatever brings you the most amount of power.
By the way, this is reminding me a lot of like my first dates. This is exactly how it goes.
You always discuss this with women?
Yeah. I'm like, the reason why pedophiles fuck kids. I'm just kidding.
It's like one of those Twitter profiles you see where they're talking about some random innocuous topic, and then one guy, he shows up with sunglasses on and he's like, you're not even talking about the kids, man. They're on a freaking yacht in George Soros's house. But I think it is more fun to have your opinion, and especially if it involves Hillary Clinton. I don't know. I don't agree that she's doing these things. I don't think that she's like some sort of super duper evil, powerful, hungry lady or whatever. She might be. I don't know. But her being that is a lot funnier to me. I like the idea of her doing it. If she's lubed up P. Diddy, or she goes to P. Diddy parties, or if she cuts off kids' heads or whatever.
I heard she got surgery to get a penis.
I mean, that's funny too. If she's like really into that or whatever, just like her, Obama, all these like crazily powerful people, and they are secretly evil. There's like Obama's killing his chef or whatever. Like he just, for some reason, he likes to drown. I like the idea of Obama like holding down the chef's head in a creek. Like they just finish a great meal. Like the chef makes like a wonderful meal, right? And Obama looks at his kids and he's like, man, that was really good, huh? That was like the best meal I've ever had. And Malia and Sasha are like, oh yeah, Frank or whatever his name, he's so good. This is a wonderful thing. And then Michelle's like, yeah, I don't know. We got to give him a raise. And then he's silent for a second. He's like, you think what I'm thinking? And they're like, yeah. He's like, drown him in the lake. And they're like, yeah, I think so. So we can all come at the same time. Or something crazy like that. Like he's just holding his head down. I think that's funny to me. It's a little far, I guess, but
yeah, I don't know anything about the chef thing.
Like his chef died.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I don't have an opinion on whether he killed him or not.
Yeah,
because I can give a fuck less. But I do love conspiracy theories. I remember the first time watching a fucking 9/11 documentary, dude, and it was like a whole new world opened up.
I've never seen any of those. Maybe I should watch them.
Oh my God, dude, I can't get enough. I still watch them to this day. I feel like it's like, like the first time you watch a porn and you're like, oh, I guess that's my fetish from now on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you don't understand the wiring of like your exposure to sex or something like this. You know what I mean? So like, I can't stop watching Smurf porn now because the first time I did, just kidding. Anyways, that was a bad joke. But what's it called? But yeah, 9/11 documentary, dude. I remember the early days of YouTube. I watched some sort of like, it's an inside job, whatever the title was. Not Loose Change. That was something I watched later, but it was some like YouTube documentary back in early YouTube. And I was like, what? And I clicked on the title of it. And then and I was like, whatever, 9 minutes long. And I was like, well, what? And then I'm searching keywords to like look further into whatever subjects they brought in that video. And I was gone, dude. I was fucking gone. I didn't get into Alex Jones. Well, this is way back in early YouTube where the videos could only be so long.
Oh, okay.
And then there was that guy dancing. That was like the most viewed video online where he did
Right.
different styles of dancing.
Whoa.
But anyways, I just remembered early conspiracy theories. I watched a YouTube documentary or a 9/11 documentary recently, and I'm just like nostalgic about it, dude.
Are they, when you watch those, are they like competing theories about conspiracies? Or are they all the same? Like it's all the same.
I want the
conclusion?
craziest out there
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
They're not like, let's be rational about this. You know, it is like, it's just like out there stuff. But I want that. And I'm like,
I mean, I think all that stuff is funny.
Yeah. Not to be scared, but I do enjoy that feeling of like, oh my God, they would do that?
Yeah.
And then just like not live further with that. It's just like, oh, okay. That's the world we live in is full of lies and propaganda.
Sure.
And what I find funny as a kid is being taught what propaganda is in my US history class.
Right.
And then being like, oh, so, and then I'm just supposed to trust my government now, you know, like this propaganda being invented or discovered and utilized in a way, or it's like AI.
Right.
In the 50s or whatever, towards the Soviets, telling them that they have like a great life and whatnot. And how am I supposed to view my own government now? And then at the same time, I'm watching fucking 9/11 was an inside job shit.
Yeah.
You know? And then now it's like the human response to me, right? Like watching this guy, Patel or whatever, the FBI director, watching him on Joe Rogan and like the human response of like Jamie pulling something up and this guy looks terrified to look at the screen. Like, what is he going to pull up next? And like, I don't know, what I walk away with that is like the volatility of like the information that we all have. Like we can know stuff that the government doesn't want us to know just because there's leaks everywhere. Not leaks, literally like internet leaks, but like the internet is a place where anyone can post anything they want. You know?
Yeah, they could just make stuff up too.
And at that point, it's like you can literally just pin the tail on the donkey and be lucky and get whatever thing he knows in his head out on a screen on Joe Rogan. And he's in that moment terrified of whatever is getting pulled up. Like that's what I look at as opposed to facts. I don't give a fuck about facts. I just get paid to fucking deliver food to people's houses. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't give a fuck about knowing what's real, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. It's like, it's a good point. Propaganda. Which one is propaganda? What is it?
Well, all I know is that they're part of the government now. And before they were part of the government, they were saying that they're going to release this list.
Yeah.
You know? Which
could have just been bullshit though, right? Like before they were just like, yeah, we're going to release this list. Like Pam Bondi, I don't even know if it's real because it could be fake, but I saw something. She's the attorney general. She said something about like, I got the Epstein list on my desk right now, but then they don't release it. It's like, well, which one was it? Did it ever exist? Were you just bullshitting us saying you were going to do it? Now it doesn't exist. Like, what's going on? Is it that there's some sort of blackmail? Do all of you have blackmail on you? It's possible, I guess. Every time somebody gets like big, you know,
Pause.
What do you do
anyone everywhere?
I do see things. Anytime somebody gets big, and I'm talking 8 inches, there's immediately, if they're not completely, you know, aligned with whatever view is mainstream or whatever, then they're immediately attacked. They will find old tweets. They find old videos of them doing stuff. People come out of the woodwork and they say, oh, I remember in high school he did this. This New York guy, this mayor, they're going to, when he applied for college, he's 18 years old, right? And they're saying that he was African-American. He said he was African-American or whatever. But it's like, who found that? You know? Why is that coming up? This is something he did when he was 18. Why does that matter? It's 20 years ago. So I just like those kinds of things make me think, okay, it's possible that there is a hidden hand doing all this stuff.
Does Trump really give a fuck about this bill, dude? Why are they throwing a huge party on the 4th of July at the White House?
Oh, he loved the bill, though.
No, he doesn't give a fuck about the bill, dude. He doesn't care. He has no part of his personal, like, realness inside of anything political. He does not give a fuck, dude. He says everything's great and big. That's all he does. You know, he doesn't talk seriously about anything. I would like to hear him talk behind closed doors about Epstein and shit like this.
I'd love to hear what he. Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Trump talking Epstein? How many listens that would get?
Well, you know,
it's
not. I wouldn't want it in a broadcasted format.
Oh, you think
because he just talk about it's big, it's huge, whatever he does, right?
Right.
But him like
honest opinion
about it. Like if there was some sort of MK Ultra honesty drug that we can make him take and have him talk about Epstein.
Yeah. And I do, like, to some extent, like, I feel bad about like some of these people that are dying or they've been attacked, and I'm kind of like joking about it. But it's like, it's the only thing I can do. Like,
what people are dying?
well, like the chef guy, I feel bad. I don't like, but I mean, it's so ridiculous that I'm just joking around.
Well, here's the thing. He was living a good life, dude. He was a chef at Martha's Vineyard.
True.
Dude,
that's true.
That's a pretty cush life.
Yeah.
I would trade 20 years of my life to just like experience that.
Yeah.
Like I that's where I can't understand these people or why they do the things they do, you know?
Yeah.
I can't understand why they treat us the way they do too, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just fucked. It's all fucked, you know?
I guess like, I mean, you get to a point where you have all this power, right? Some people say you got to be crazy to even want that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them seem strange. Like, I'm a lib, right? But Biden seems weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's smelling people's hair. I've never understood that.
Well,
I've always thought that was weird.
He's fucking crazy.
He seems like a crazy person.
And I'm lean liberal more than anything.
Right.
These people are fucking crazy, dude. AOC is crazy to me.
Yeah.
You know, like anyways, I was going to say right now, like for instance, Joe Rogan, right? It's this influence of propaganda in a sense, meaning his propaganda is like, I'm just a guy doing a podcast, that kind of thing. Right?
Yeah. Dude.
Well, let me finish what I'm saying. But I'm just a guy doing a podcast. Like, you know, this thing is so big now. It's like crazy. Dude, he wants it to be that big. Like, and for him to act dumb that it is that big, it's like, you can easily stop if you're like, if that's an issue for you, that it's so big now.
Yeah.
You can make it and just send it to your friends.
Right.
You know, but no, you have it broadcasted on the biggest podcast platform. You're putting it out but you're telling us at the same time,
facts.
Like, it's just a podcast I do. It's not just a podcast you do. It's like some weird underlying, like, what is it called? Something you can fall back on where it's like, it's just the podcast. You know, you want to be this big guy. You want to be the guy that controls comedy. Yeah. You suck ass at comedy, you know?
Dude, I want to slap the couch. I agree. That's how bad I agree. Mm-hmm. Now I see why they slap the couches. Yeah. 100%.
Like going to the point of like being crazy and the power thing. It's like these people want that power. They can easily give it up if it's a problem for them, or if it's some sort of like outside of their principles or whatever morals, what is it called? Moral compass they have. But they don't, dude, they really want this. The people that have it really want it.
He could scale down. Yeah. Like Joe Rogan, there's nothing stopping him from being like, all right, well, I'm going to scale down. I'm not going to have any, you know, there's Traeger grill promotions. I'm not going to have on the big guests. I'm not going to move to Spotify. He didn't have to do that. Mm-hmm. You know, like he's scaling up. Mm-hmm. He's getting bigger. He took over a whole city, Austin. So he could make it smaller, but the whole idea of like, if you really were doing the whole like, it's just a podcast, you wouldn't say vote for a certain candidate.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah. I'm just a comedian. It's like, no, you're not. You're telling people to vote for Trump.
And you're railing against all these like issues, right? So it's like at first it's homelessness and whatever and crime, but now it's like, I don't like how they're doing the immigration raids. You're talking the same things that AOC and Tucker Carlson are talking about: war with Iran, Palestine, what's going on there. That's not to say that some of these things are wrong, what you're saying, but it's like, if you really were not talking about that, then you would be talking about shit that like rain, fucking your small teeth, bald head, ice, ice and coffee. These are the things that people care about. Yeah. There's nothing wrong. There's no hidden agenda there, right? We don't have any power.
No, I really want the coffee bean to watch this. The secret coffee shop, my bad. I want them to understand my needs, dude. I just want a little bit of ice when I finish drinking it.
No, dude. You should be like, you should say that. You should talk about the coffee bean. Well, you said it. You said it first.
I know.
You talk about the coffee and the ice thing, but don't worry. I'm just a comedian.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell them. Like, put more ice in it. I don't really care.
It's like with your name. It's like, it's fucking Gerardo, but it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's like, it's whatever, man. It's like, you know, it's not. I'm just a fucking podcaster or whatever. I don't even want the show to be big. I mean, I don't care if people join the Patreon. It's not a big deal. It's just like, I need 100 likes on the live, or I'll make a noise happen. But yeah, I mean, it is fun though. Mm-hmm. I like the idea of these conspiracy things, and You raised some good points. But I just, when my mind goes to like the fucking sheeple, like, accept the mainstream, and I start thinking like all the, like what I think is the logical explanation for these things. I'm like, well, if they did that, then that means this happened and that. And so a lot of times I end up being like, well, I just don't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't care to believe people in power.
That's probably a good idea, honestly. A lot of times they are lying.
Mm-hmm. Can I go to the restroom real quick and then I want to show you something?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back from the restroom and I'm afraid I've started a trend and the fucking squirrels are fighting back, dude. You want to see this?
Yeah, of course.
Let's see. Look at that squirrel.
Oh shit.
Dude.
Oh, fuck.
Get off me.
Squirrel go, dude.
What? That's my nightmare now.
Yeah. The squirrel attacked.
Oh shit.
He's attacking me. I'm gonna kill him right now. He's just freaking attacking me. I'm killing him. Let's get here.
Dude.
And then watch. The squirrel attacks the dog, dude.
Oh no.
You guys want to fuck me? Yeah, dude.
Oh God.
Crazy, right?
All because they tried to fuck him?
Yep.
No, stay.
Yeah, why, I want to know, why doesn't he show the footage before where he's trying to fuck this squirrel, dude? You know?
I mean, I'm kind of on the squirrel's side here because, like,
I am
you're a
too.
squirrel,
Imagine
dude.
a guy like that size trying to fuck me. How does he even fit in me?
Or
dude?
the dog.
Yeah.
I mean, the dog tried to fuck the squirrel too. Or maybe the dog was, I mean, the squirrel was like, oh, you want to fuck me? Well, then I'm going to fuck your dog. Joke's on you.
Yeah, this is just a podcast. We're just comedians, dude. We're not trying to have you guys fuck squirrels.
I think the squirrel is right here, dude. I'm going to be honest. But you're right. I'm just a podcaster, dude. I'm just asking questions. Sorry if you don't like the questions. The fucking,
But vote for Trump. Yeah, dude.
if you like, if Kash Patel wants to say that the squirrel wasn't trying to fuck the dog there, then that's on him, dude. You know, like I have visual evidence, but I guess I shouldn't believe what I see.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm just a podcaster.
But yeah, I mean, don't listen to me, dude. I mean, I'm a squirrel scientist or whatever.
We just have the biggest Brendan Schaub show of all time.
Yeah. I don't think there's ever been a show that does Brendan Schaub like once a week or whatever. Yeah. I haven't seen it. I'm also the last cowboy in Los Angeles. So it's like, you know, I mean, I've seen Jeff Dye do stand up, but I guess I'm not an expert.
I wish I had never joked about fucking squirrels and see if that video would come out or not. Did I make sense right now? If I never made the joke about fucking a squirrel, if that video would have ever happened.
That's a real fucking chicken or the egg situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's like, it's a show called Raccoon Tweeties and they talk about fucking squirrels. What kind of bullshit is this? You know,
I could see people debating that someday, like presidential candidates.
Oh no, animals. Like the squirrel's upset.
Oh, the squirrel. Oh, yeah. The squirrel's upset with us.
Yeah, that's why he's listening to the podcast. He's like, "Oh, fuck people, then, dude."
All right. Yeah, we're back on the line talking about the therapy. Is it every day still? He hasn't shown up in 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
All right. So this is another one. I mean, the squirrel one was more curated for the show. This one I just thought was funny.
Okay.
So let's see what you think about this. It's called "This is Hilarious" because it's about Burger King BOGOs. Let's see.
This lady just said, don't y'all have the buy one, get one free Whopper, Junior Whopper? I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, we do. We have to buy one, get one free. She said, okay, can I get that? I put it on the screen. And she like, oh no, I just want the free one. You can't get no buy one, get one free if you don't buy one. Somebody help me, please.
But yeah, what'd you think about that?
Oh man, dude,
Whose side
that
you on?
job. I mean, I'm on the side of the Burger King lady. She's hilarious. Great delivery. You can't get the buy one, get one free if you don't put the like. Yeah, no, I feel that pain. I mean, anyone I think who's worked in service, because it could be that the lady's doing a bit. That's hilarious if she's doing a bit, but I have a feeling she's not doing a bit.
No, I mean, dude, she's not doing a bit.
No, she really thinks that she can get one free. Wild. Okay, that's a byproduct of Andrew Schultz America. A place where he can be successful is a place where people think buy one, get one free means that you get one free without buying it.
That's like that is textbook hearing what you want to hear. Buy one, get one free. Get one free.
You only hear part of it, dude. Amazing. I like the idea of going through life only hearing the part that you want. Yeah. Maybe she's onto something.
Yeah.
You turn off all bad to neutral news. You only hear what you want to hear.
I mean, working at the golf course for however long, 9 years? How long was it there? A long time.
But, 9 or 10 years.
Yeah. And they left me the way that they did. Whatever, dude.
Right.
But working there for so long, yeah, dude, if somebody came in with that and we were selling buy one, get one golf balls and they want the free one, I'm like, go for it, dude. You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's a method to the madness. It works every now and again.
It could, yeah. I mean, people are just like, you catch the guy who either doesn't care or is at his last, thing. He might let you have yeah, fine, Junior Whopper for free.
I'll tell you what, that lady is closer to a free Whopper than we are.
Because she made the ass.
Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky said you take 100 of the 8 inches that you never jack off to.
Yeah, the golf too.
Yeah, but hockey.
Right. Yeah.
You hockey a lot. That's what you get. That's what he said.
I also like how she's looking over her shoulder the whole time. Let me see if I can mute it.
Yeah, she's filming.
It looks like the lady's like gonna attack her for not giving her free food. You know, she's talking to the camera and then looking because the lady's chasing her. Did you watch that 28 Years Later yet?
No, I wanted to see it, but nobody in my life wants to see a zombie movie. I'm gonna have to see it by myself.
Oh dang.
Yeah, I have no friends.
I kind of want to go see Formula One by myself, dude.
Oh, I'll go with you. Nobody wants to see one either, dude. Nobody. I try to convince people. They're like, fuck off.
I was going to ask this chick the other day and I was like, don't do it, dude. That might be the end of the relationship.
Maybe she'll like it because it's Brad Pitt, I guess.
But I'm too smart I didn't graduate, but I'm too smart to know that she's going to be in there and just be like, eventually going to be like, this fucking thing sucks. She's probably not going to tell me, but I'm the one that I know too well that it's probably going to be boring as fuck to her.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean,
unless she likes the eye candy, in which case I'm mad. Stop trying to fuck Brad Pitt. Dude. It's my eye candy. I like cars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was going to say Brad Pitt, but
pause.
Dude, no pause. Fucking those movies rule, dude. Ford vs. Ferrari was fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Did you see that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so good.
There's nothing like crying to a racing movie, dude.
Yeah, dude. I Ford vs. Ferrari was fucking amazing. And then the movie, I forget what it's called, but it was the Hans Lada movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that movie. What was it called? Do you remember?
Rush?
Yeah. Rush fucking. Those are like the best movies ever. I had no idea car movies were so good. I fucking love those movies.
It's like when your dad... It's like when your dad's like telling you like, oh, can you give me the monkey wrench? You get the monkey wrench and he starts working on the transmission.
Sure.
And then it's like, the fucking battery's not working. And then he's freaking out, whatever. And then he's like doing something else. And then you notice something else and you like tighten a screw real quick. And then your dad goes, by the way, I just want to tell you, I love you, mijo. Right? And then you're like, what? No, dad's drunk. And then he goes, before you can finish saying dad's drunk, he goes, no. I haven't drank all day. That's what it feels like crying in a racing movie, dude.
Yeah. I remember when I
thought you were going to build off what I said.
I lost my dad at the NASCAR race because he was driving and he crashed. And it was rough, but then I took over the Formula One and I made it Formula 2.
Oh my God, dude. God.
I did it just to get that. Just to get you to do that. That's the only reason I did it. I was being ironic. Shut up. No, but I took over for him and I won.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Medals.
You don't want to cry. You just want to help your dad work on the car. But now he's saying, I love you and shit. And you're like, wait a minute. This was a racing movie 2 minutes ago. Why am I crying?
Yeah.
Because this guy's burning in a car alive. You know?
Yeah, that was rough to see, man. I remember I love car movies and I'm not being ironic. I'm like not faking. I really do love those movies.
Oh, same.
But yeah, they're amazing. But it is fun. They will think we're not being serious because we fucking joke about the modding all the time.
Oh, you're right.
I was really like debating whether to go into like I mod with my dad because you said the thing.
Oh, well, here's the thing. That was all a joke. But my dad's never said I love you. What's it called? No, but I'm not a truck guy. Dude, that's the most boring part of the movie when they're talking about schematics and thingamajiggers. You know what I mean? Even in The Little Mermaid, when he's like talking about this fork, I'm like, can we get past this part now? You know?
Facts. I mean, I don't know. I unironically love every part of Ford vs. Ferrari and Rush.
Yeah.
Like even like when Christian Bale's like talking about like how to make the car faster, I'm riveted. I'm like, what? They fucking do. And then I feel like I'm a car guy. And I'm like, I'm going to, figure it out. I'm going to start being a car guy. And then I take the car to the mechanics and they start talking to me. And I'm like, no, I just like the movie. I changed everything. I just can't do it.
You know what? And I'm willing to say this non-ironically.
Yeah.
Is that I am a car guy. But
you are, yeah.
But no, don't do that, dude. Don't do that.
You are a car guy, dude. I saw you fix stuff.
What's it called? No, but I got the bug. The 57
You
bug.
do have the bug, yeah. The bug.
But that's a very specific car, right?
Yeah.
It always breaks down. You always have to fix something on it, right?
Yeah.
And I went to go drive in it on Saturday night, and something was rubbing against the engine. And I know that's bad. This is how you can get away with the bug. It's like, you don't need to know what the things are called. You just know this thing is fucked up again.
Sure.
So like you unscrew, you move it, and then you screw back in. It's some sort of shock absorber for the engine.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I don't mind being wrong. But
it's probably the blower, but keep going.
It's probably the blower. But it's rubbing against because it's just like such a shaky machine. The whole bug, and especially the way that we have it set it up, it's supposed to be very loud. It has like that crackle, like a VW always crackles,
Oh, yeah, dude. VW is like, crackling, bro. Don't get me started.
Well, let me show you, dude. It's got this hum to it, dude, that honestly will get me hard, dude. If I try hard, and if I think about it right now, I'll pop a boner for you. Pause. Let me see here. I'm trying to talk while I pull this up.
Yeah, no, I mean, my dad drove the number 7 car. He drove it.
This right here.
Died.
Listen.
And then
hear that?
Fire crash.
You hear that?
Oh shit! Yeah, dude. That gets me excited. Keeps me busy,
dude. And that's at like one volume right there. That's how loud it is in real life.
That's an F320 volume.
It's a lawnmower engine.
That's true. You put a lot. It's a PlayStation 5 engine that you put into the the bug, dude.
Yeah, you put a lot of chips in it, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I stacked those chips on them.
Speaking of PlayStation engines, did you watch the Ocean Gate documentary?
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yeah, that fucking clown.
That guy's a fucking idiot.
He's the opposite of those car movies.
Mm-hmm.
He was like well, actually, the car movies, there's a fiery crash, and so there's
well,
that.
There was no fiery crash in the water.
Yeah, it was just a big explosion.
Implosion, yeah.
Oh, implosion. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember like listening. It's funny to see this guy who's supposedly brilliant. He went to like really good schools and he's super duper smart. But you see him in the boat and you hear the boat going, and you're like, damn, even I know that's bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't have gone down the ocean in that. Who goes down the ocean in that?
Who takes other people with him?
That's not. Yeah, he's evil for doing that. And he's all like, well, I'm an explorer. You know, they told Christopher Columbus the same thing. It's like Christopher Columbus found America, dude. Okay.
And I don't know if you caught this, but I was laughing the whole time thinking about this. He is textbook blame the team, dude, at all times. Whenever he would go down and come back up, he'd be like, what the fuck? Why was it cracking? You know?
Yeah, it's someone else's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never the guy who's trying to make a submersible out of paper mache or whatever the fuck he's doing.
Carbon fiber, yeah.
Carbon fiber. It just doesn't sound right. Should be like adamantium steel.
Yeah.
You know, like the shit in Wolverine's hand. Not fucking carbon fiber. Fiber doesn't sound right. Like
fiber optic internet.
Yeah. He's trying to make the fucking submersible out of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
What the fuck, dude?
Bruh. The fuck, dude? Scoop up. It's one thing to try and scoop up the bag. He was trying to do that. Mm-hmm. But it's like the bag.
Respect.
Yeah, respect. You did your shit.
You did
Stockton.
that.
You did that, Stockton. I see you, Stockton. But at the same time, Stockton, you know, you skipped a lot of steps.
Yeah.
You can chase the bag, but there's no, you know, going over this, like sidestepping the steps, player.
Yeah.
You know, facts. Yeah.
You got to stand 10 toes down. And when that bag starts to implode, bro, it ain't the time to scoop it.
Yeah. No, when you're in line for the sneakers, bro, you got to be in line for the sneakers.
Yeah.
You
can't buy the sneakers till you get in line for the sneakers.
Scoop, snap. I was trying to say neck. I'll squeeze your neck, Skip. But, you know, really, you have to.
I want to squeeze your neck.
You have to stay in line, get there early, and the line could take a while, and you're going to be waiting for the new Air Jordan 56s for a while. But you don't just like have your dad own the store or whatever the fuck.
And I know people are surprised. They don't know that you're a sneakerhead.
Big
Bag.
sneaker.
Bag. You just say
Bag. I come up with new things. 7-Up.
7-Up.
I fucking
Sloppy head.
sloppiest. I'm in line for sneakers, bro. You can't see them because there's a lot of sneakers covering my sneakers. I have sneakers on top of sneakers. I have rain sneakers, Diddy. Dude, I fucking love. I'm sneakerhead. I'm sneaker body. The worst thing I ever said. I love sneakers though.
You said Jordan 56s.
That's right.
There's no
1956, bro.
Mm-mm.
We brought it back to the end of the war.
Which war?
Korean War, dog. It lasted a little bit longer than they said it did.
Yeah.
You know about that. I'm a historian too.
Imagine watching our podcast and crying non-ironically.
Yeah, because you're
Proud of us.
You're proud, or your family died in a sneaker accident. I don't know how that would happen.
Yeah. It's like, you know, those soap factories that end up exploding from all the nuclear shits and giggles and stuff. Right? Something like that.
No.
You know, Beirut.
Like Fight Club? Soap bombs?
Wait, is that what Fight Club was?
Yeah, they made bombs out of soap.
Oh, yeah, like Beirut. You know, you saw the Beirut explosion, right?
Oh, was that to deal with soap?
Something to do with soap.
I forgot about that. That was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't graduate.
That was like not too long ago, right? There was some sort of horrible thing in Beirut. Yeah, 2020.
The cause of it, ammonium nitrate.
Was that soap?
The Beirut explosion, which occurred on August 4th, 2020, so 4 years ago, or 5 years ago almost, was primarily caused by the detonation of a large quantity of improperly stored ammonium nitrate. I'm probably wrong then, dude.
It'd be funny if it was soap and like all the moisturizer shit that you buy for your face is making a bomb by accident. You blow up your apartment by accident.
And then you call the fire department because there's a loud noise.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, it's loud.
There's a fire, I think.
And where is it? I'm like, I think it's Gerardo's apartment. He was building a bomb with his sunscreen.
With this facial, what is it called?
Like, we're hanging
ritual.
Oh yeah, face care routine and bombs.
Let me see. Oh, soap explosion, Beirut. I saw that pop up.
Okay, soap explosion.
Yeah, no, it has nothing to do with soap.
You're not far off though. You can make a bomb out of soap because it happened at Fight Club.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened. Stockton refused to take showers.
Exploding soap bubbles. I mean, I'm such an idiot, dude.
I don't think so. You're not far off. Ivory soap explosion. That's what they call a shower.
It's because they don't have enough ebony.
Okay. See, now you're getting worse than me, dude. Yeah. I said Formula 2. You said ebony and ivory, bro. Bruh.
Scoop out the bag, bruh. But yeah, sorry. I think we're done.
Yeah, you got
Is there anything else?
Right?
Oh, yeah, dude. Nobody's leaving voicemails. Not a chance, I bet. I used to get the notifications. I have been abusing Do Not Disturb, though. Do Not Disturb is very nice.
Okay.
And now I have it on the setting where people don't know I'm on Do Not Disturb. So there's like a newfound freedom, dude.
Stockton has the final Do Not Disturb, because he's dead.
Who's that? Who's Stockton?
The fucking Ocean Gate CEO.
Oh, yeah.
That's a real Do Not Disturb. If you go in the ocean and your ship explodes.
Wait, what about Google Voice is what it's called? Why don't they call it Google Phone? They're fucking idiots.
Google Voice.
Let me see if we have any right now. No, dude, not a chance, B.
Well,
we have 15 unheard from the guy that left a lot of voicemails way back in the day.
We don't need to do that.
No.
Well, you want to tell them the phone number again?
I mean, what's the point? They're not going to leave a voicemail. But yeah, I'll tell them. 775-557-8667. It's 775-557-TMOS.
Right.
And we'll play a voicemail like we haven't played in 4 weeks.
Join the Patreon. See you next week.
Later. Live on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, we'll be live.